Cleared out of it for John. Larry tries to fight his way through with Barkley all over. They're not going to call a foul. It goes to Bird. He's open.
Got Barkley all on the ground, picking up dust, looking like a mop out there.
He had unshakable confidence. If he could get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
And Barkley had the audacity talking about some Bird. He ain't want to see me out there. Talking about Bird. Talking about, I used to always have to guard Kevin McHale. Whenever I had to guard Bird, it wasn't like that. Man, you're lying. We just seen you all on the floor like a mop picking up dust. Let's get it. We back with the Larry Bird reactions. Hey, so this video is about 50 minutes long, so we're going to break it down into 2 parts. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bells on. That way you don't miss out on part 2 that is going to be dropping tomorrow. Also, everybody hit the like button, y'all. Let's try to get this video up to 15 likes again. I know we all like Larry Bird on this channel, so be sure to hit that like button for Larry Bird. I don't want to talk y'all heads off like I always do, but hey, if you're new to the channel as well, be sure to go to my channel and check out the playlist. This might not be the best video you want. This might not be what you want to see. So go to the channel, go to the Larry Bird playlist, and you gonna run across a video that you want to see. We got all type of documentaries. We got different analysis and content creators doing their own breakdown. We got, they talk about Larry Bird from when he was in high school all the way up to when he retired. So just go to the channel, check out the playlist. Be sure to check out any other videos that you are interested in as well. But anyways, let's get to this video because I don't want to talk y'all heads off like I already said the first time.
We have Larry Bird come into our first camp, and I'm looking at Larry Bird like, he's just a white guy, coming out to play. So I was guarding him, and he's about 15 feet away, and bam, here goes one jump shot. I better step up a little bit. Bam. By the time I get through guarding him, he's out about 25 feet, still raining down jump shots. And I'm thinking all of a sudden, damn, this white guy can play.
Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
This was the smartest guy in the world of basketball.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma.
The essence of Larry Bird, in one word, is toughness.
How many times does he drive that spike through your heart with shots like this?
He was just a phenomenal teammate who could do anything and everything by himself, but always in the framework of the team.
Bird goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird did it again! He did it again!
Look at people like McCarthy, when war happens, and General Patton, there's a war for them to shine in. Larry was born to play basketball.
Now there's a steal by Bird! Underneath the DtaeNoDinero! What a play by Bird! Bird stole the inbounding pass!
The most craziest play ever.
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird.
Shout out to Magic Johnson making sure Larry Bird don't forget that.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Rick Kamla. As Larry Bird turns 50, we thought it was only fitting to come to Boston to honor the legend. So for the next hour, we are bringing you a collection of plays, anecdotes, and memories as we count down the top 50 moments of Larry's career with the Celtics. Bird left Boston in 1992 after 13 years of glory. But when he arrived here in 1979, Red Auerbach Celtics were down and out and looking for a savior.
Everything's starting to fall into place. I hope you all realize this. We got Larry, 1 or 2 little moves, and we're ready to go.
First game, I just remember so vividly that they announced Larry Bird's name, and somebody from one of the top tiers threw out a dove.
All of a sudden, the bird just flew across the garden, and goes, "Oh my gosh, how ironic is that?" There's a symbol there.
Henderson broken. There's Bird again. Larry Bird with a steal. Henderson back to Bird.
fake down the lane.
Hey, with the slam. With the slammer.
I was a college student who had signed up for the big art class, and in came the new professor, Michelangelo.
Although he's still going for those fakes.
Too good.
That one, guy. How did he make that?
Right.
Their advantage. Bird on the drive. Slapped away by Vincent. Bird gets it back. Saves it. Nice.
Ooh, touchback.
What a play.
He didn't have to be blazing fast, and he didn't have to jump over the roof to get his point across.
Robinson aboard, and the Bullets can take the lead.
Hold on.
Steal. Takes it himself for 2.
What a play by Bird.
They never gave up on any play. And not to mention all that hustle made up for just how slow he was.
Ale charged for it. He goes down. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball and gets it to McHale.
He had to dive, he dove. If he had to crash, he crashed. But one thing I think that separated him in our minds as we watched this develop was his passing. It was just extraordinary.
Good quick up now to Bird on the left side. Bird goes behind the back down the lane.
The one that first got people's real attention was the backward tip of the long offensive rebound in the All-Star game.
Bird comes out on the move. Dishes to Malone. Malone comes up, stayed with it. Sigma with a hand.
Perfect. Perfect.
I don't believe he saw George Gervin.
No-look passes, the passes that he threw the ball there and there wasn't anybody there, but all of a sudden there was somebody there.
Oh, Bird to Maxwell.
That's how you know Larry Bird was extremely smart at basketball. Because what he just said was what point guard, we call point guard vision. You know, throwing passes before someone was even there. That's what we call nowadays leading the ball to your opponent. To your teammate. So if you can see the lane and you see your teammate already cutting that direction, we throw it towards the rim. And then boom, next thing you know, your teammate see the ball, and he already in full speed. He don't got to slow down and do a whole stop to grab the pass. He can just keep going full speed and grab it and just go for the layup or, high, whatever he's going to do with it. But that was being done at a time where, 1979 when he got drafted, so the 1980s, basketball back then was a whole lot more fundamental, the people just go set up like it was Battlefield, like the board game Battlefield, you set a piece right here, and you set a piece here, you set a piece here, and then, they just move into a certain order. But he was ahead of his time, though. Shout out to Larry Bird for having a great IQ and point guard vision as a small forward.
Oh, we got to see that one again.
When I first got to Boston, I called my friends back home and I said, hey, you gotta see this Bird guy. He's like phenomenal.
They clear aside for Larry. Bird. Great pass. McHale for 2.
That was tough.
With passes that I've never seen people throw before.
Won't go. Bird the rebound.
Hey.
Over his head to McHale.
What a play by Bird.
I saw him get a rebound and make a pass, and I go, oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Kellogg shoots and is short with it and hard, and the rebound to Bird. Look at that pass. Oh, what a show. Great play.
Oh, what a show. Forget about it. He would just flick it or tap it or bounce it to a teammate without even catching it.
Danny's left open, looking for 3. Bounce, Bird. Nice tip to McHale.
What a play.
Long pass to Bird. Oh, what a pass to Parrish.
At least 5,000 points that I got from Larry.
Celtics looking to just isolate Bird. Oh, my goodness. How did he do that?
Larry Bird is the greatest passing forward in the history of the NBA. There's no second place, there's no third place. It's just others receiving votes.
Bird with the pass through the
in between the legs. That was planned.
You got to have a lot of cojones to make a pass like that in the heat of the game.
Facts.
I was
Coach is gonna bench
getting
you.
ready to start a game and get up to the jump ball, and Larry said, just out of the blue, he goes, go ahead, Kevin, tell Elvin Hayes what you told me. And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, go ahead and tell him, like, you said you were gonna kick his ass. And I'm like, oh, man. And Elvin Hayes is looking at me. Well, at that point, it was hard to say, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But, Larry just got so started up. Larry was a funny
He's an
guy.
instigator.
If you ask Larry's teammates, they'll tell you that he might have been slow of foot, but he had a quick wit and was not afraid to show it off. And for Celtic fans, reading about Larry's exploits in the Boston Herald had become a happy ritual. Part of the fun was that he would say almost anything, and then he'd always find a way to back it up.
The All-Star
What
game is in
stadium
Dallas,
is
the
that?
first three-point contest. And he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
Some pure trash talking and just general bravado.
And the theatrics of it all was made for Larry.
And Larry would back up his boast
Look at
by
his
not
form.
only winning the contest, but
Look at his
blowing
form.
away the
Look how this-
competition
look how he don't
with a
change it.
phenomenal shooting display.
Look how he don't change his form. It's the same way every time. That is crazy, y'all. Do y'all know how many shots he just made back to back right there? If you're new to the channel, you probably don't know this, but we already seen this video probably a few times because it's like one of the greatest stories ever, like, you know. But he made like 15, 17 shots back to back. Like literally made it look like nothing. You know how you go, Mike, you know how you grab some butter, you know, you let it sit in the microwave for a little bit, and then you take the bread and you just spread it, and it's just so easy. Even with a spoon. I know sometimes we gotta use a spoon, we can't get to a butter knife, so sometimes you gotta grab that spoon, but when it's microwave, it's just easy. That's what he just made it look like, bread and butter. Just smooth like bread and butter. Swear, man, look at him. Just look at the guy right here. Hey, man, he knew he was a people's favorite, man. Look, man, he really enjoyed the fact that so many people liked him and loved him as a basketball player. And, you know, especially, he knew he was good, too. So, shout out to Larry Bird once again, man. Hey, I know y'all still here, so hit the like button. Make sure we trying to get it to 15 likes, y'all. Just 15, you know. We already got videos up to 200 likes. I'm not asking for much. Appreciate y'all.
That check's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out.
He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him. Come on, Dave. Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to beat 15.
That's 8, make it 9, and 10, and 11 as we're counting. 13. He's still got to drop one here.
Turned up right here.
14. This is a tie for the money.
Look at his hand. His hand was up before he seen the ball going in. Before the ball went in.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He felt control, like a conductor, like a maestro.
Now they clear aside for Larry. Fakes it. Bird.
He passed it off.
I don't think he planned that, but he never gave
This
up.
guy was going to do one thing almost every night that really spun your head around. Made you do like a Lyndon Blair. You just couldn't believe this was happening.
Bird to Vincent to Bird. Over the backboard! Oh, don't believe it.
He was
Big
playing chess and
shot,
everybody else was
Bird.
playing checkers. He was 3 moves ahead of everybody else. And you never knew what he was going to do, but you knew it was going to be something special.
Bird steals it. You can see it coming, and look at the pass to McHale.
Isn't that beautiful?
He
Never
would do
give
a head
up.
fake, or he would do this, and the guy would turn, and he would just fake the crap out of guys.
Killed him. Hey. Faked him. Look at his right hand man, Dennis Johnson, pulling up.
Larry used to come in the locker room. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, you know, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. You know, he needed those kind of challenges.
Bird with the step.
Tough.
One of the great fourth quarters in NBA playoff history, Game 7 against Detroit in 1987. Larry Bird suddenly, for no explicable reason, decided to bank in a left-hand 15-footer.
Larry Bird. I don't believe that shot. Well.
And I can tell you, talking about Magic Johnson, and that the Lakers were watching that game. These guys just about fell off the chair, you know, just laughing. And I asked him about it. It was just because. He was amusing himself in a playoff game.
Larry was a basketball genius who had a mask
of Hick from Finch Lick out as his calling card. And if you believe that for 1 second, you were going to get beat.
Larry Bird with a big steal. Trying to call timeout. It is over. The Boston Celtics have won as Larry Bird comes up with the big three at the end. Going on to the championship with the NBA.
I remember the time when Larry got on the roll, started shooting the balls, every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone. I guess the two-pointer was too close.
When he ran by the bench, he goes, that's a heat check. Just see how hot I am. Right? He runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me? He goes, well, nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Boston likes to think of itself as a tough, blue-collar city, and Larry Bird was as tough as they came. The legendary Red Auerbach used to say, Larry didn't come to play, he came to win. And if you saw Bird play with the game on the line, you knew exactly what Red meant.
That's a powerful statement. When you consider all of these GOATs of all time. I know we always bring this conversation up, but it's like every time I watch one of these videos, someone says something else that enlightens me for another reason to just keep handing Larry Bird his torch. Larry Bird didn't come to play, he came to win. That's what made him get 20 points with 20 rebounds. 30 points, 11 assists. Unlike, some of the other GOATs, really just doing nothing but getting a whole bunch of points. He was getting the whole team involved in whatever he had to do in order to win. If that means he only had 25 that night and put up 20 rebounds, that's fine. But now you see people like Danny Ainge with 20 points, Kevin McHale with 20 points, and about maybe another person in double-digit points. So that's just a difference that you see in between, some of these other GOATs, because you will hear about it, but you won't really you see these GOATs have a bunch of points, but you don't see them having a whole bunch of other assists, rebounds, and so on and so forth. And if you do hear about this type of stuff, it's like in these days, 2023, 2022, 2021, where the basketball game is basically watered down and everybody just shoot threes. This is a time where people got their points inside the arc. So I just wanted to point that out. Please drop some in the comments what y'all think about what I just said. Y'all think I was wrong? Y'all think I was right? What do y'all feel about that? But I honestly appreciate Red Auerbach saying that about Larry Bird, saying that he didn't come to play, he came to win, because that's the mindset that made him even become a person that can be in the GOAT conversation. His drive to want to be a winner. But let's get back to the video, y'all. Be sure to like the video too, y'all.
9 seconds to go. This is it. You can count it down with me. Bird inbounds. It comes to Maxwell. Max puts it on the floor. We're down to 6. Bird in the corner. Double fake. Jumper.
Big shot. That was for the game.
He wasn't out to play basketball for the money. He was out there to step up and win and look in your eyes and say to you, you can't beat me.
Cleared out a bit for John. Larry tries to fight his way through with Barkley all over. They're not going to call a foul. It goes to Bird. He's open.
Got Barkley all on the ground, picking up dust, looking like a mop out there.
He had unshakable confidence. If he can get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
And Barkley had the audacity to talk about some Bird. He ain't want to see me out there. To my Bird, I used to always have to guard Kevin McHale. Whenever I had to guard Bird, it wasn't like that. Man, you're lying. We just seen you all on the floor like a mop picking up dust.
Point Maverick lead. Bird's the man
Shout out
to have it. Yes, indeed.
Bird for 3.
Yes!
Larry Bird for 3.
Every time in the game on the line.
What can you say about Larry Bird?
Imagine the arrogance,
Got
the
them boys
wonderful arrogance of a man who needs 2 to tie or 3 to win and says, let's roll the dice.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot, and I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by 1. Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot.
Off 1 foot.
Boy, this is something else. Incredible. And Bird wins it at the buzzer.
How many people you know would talk to the other team like this and says, I'm going to stick it in your face?
3-point Portland lead. 7 and 2/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird.
3. Wow. Wow. That was off balance. That was everything you can call a bad shot and still made it.
Larry was so confident, so extremely confident.
All right, here we go. 15 seconds left in regulation.
Another 1-footer.
Three-pointer, no. Rebound tipped out deep. Ray Williams has it. Williams to Bird again. Up fakes.
Another 1-footer.
113 with 5 seconds left to play.
He perfected his craft.
Everybody said, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He goes, give me the ball and get out of the way.
Bird pops out. Gets it on the sideline. Goes baseline. Throws it up.
Off balance shots is what he do. And he perfected his basketball shooting craft.
Nobody better with a game on the line.
He's a pure shooter, we
Maybe
call him.
nobody better ever.
I remember in particular one where I had to make a pass in from Phoenix, and the Suns crowd was going wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner.
Oh, runner. Look at him over there. Look at him over there. Y'all see him over here? He got his arms in the air. That's his pose right there. This is pose. He put both his arms up in the air. Look at everybody. Everybody all in shock. Like they just can't believe it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people all doing the same pose. They just looking over there like, do it count? Come on, man. Please tell me it don't count. They all thinking the same thing right now.
As soon as Larry let it go, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Bird hits and the Celtics win it. The three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
You could have heard a mouse pee on cotton.
Whoa, was that
building.
Dennis Johnson?
It got that.
Bird at the buzzer.
You could have.
Is this Dennis Johnson right here, number 24? I'm curious.
Heard a mouse
I think it
pee
is.
on cotton in that building. It got that quiet all of a sudden.
Was under 10 seconds. And we came back out of the timeout. Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, X, and I'm going to shoot it in your blinking face. And I was like, well, I'll be right here waiting on you, too.
Let's see if they wind it all the way down. Bird.
On 2 of y'all. Not just on you, on 2 of y'all.
He hit it and looked at me and he was like, damn. I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock. And I just looked at him and said, oh, conceited bastard.
The greatest buzzer beater of them all was against Portland on a Sunday afternoon in Boston.
DJ again to make the inbounds pass. The double team and Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
It was just an impossible shot. When you looked at it, he was behind the backboard. I mean, just had no business getting to the rim, let alone going in.
Quinn Buckner and
perfected that
Miller
craft.
racing him. And it was like they'd won the championship. It was a great buzzer beater.
Ball game's over. Boston wins.
We'd won the game, and he'd won it in almost spectacular fashion, which Larry could do. I said, Larry, how do you make all those shots? Just like that. He said, I do all that all the time.
When we came in Boston Garden, we used to practice in the morning. Larry Bird would be up top, running around the gym, upstairs.
He used to come into the old Boston Garden about 3:30 in the afternoon for a 7 o'clock game, and you'd eventually start to hear the pounding of a ball, of a single basketball hitting the court. And there was Larry out there by himself shooting.
I remember Bill Fitch used to say, Kevin McHale, you can be like Larry. And Kevin goes, oh, I got another life. Larry slept it, ate it, drank it. It was all basketball for him.
From the moment he came into the league, Larry's legend began to grow, doing things on the court that nobody had ever seen before. And when the fans went to Boston Garden, it was like they were going to see just how far Bird could push his talents. And they usually found out that it was pretty far.
They needed 3 to win it.
James Worthy about to rip his jersey off.
So I'm down in the post knowing that he's going to come off a pick. So I'm holding his jersey, and I'm doing everything I can to block his path, whatever I could do to stop him from getting an open shot.
You shouldn't have never left him. What are you talking about?
Once the shot was airborne, I just knew it was going in. That's
Jersey
the nightmare
ripper.
that you have when you know a player like Larry Bird has an opportunity to get a shot off.
Bird's clutch three had given Boston the lead in the final moments, but Magic Johnson quickly snatched it back.
If he would have missed this shot, they would have been fighting him all day. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was wide open.
There were still 2 seconds left for Larry to work his own magic.
He slid down to the corner, caught the ball, and just turned and shot the ball right in front of me.
Bird fires it, and the Lakers have won.
It was gripping basketball theater, and even though Larry missed this time, the moment still left a vivid impression on his opponents.
He looked at me. He said, "How could you leave me that wide open, coach?" You know, and you are lucky. You dodged the big-time bullet.
I still have nightmares of that shot. What if?
The one thing I wish could happen tonight is my mother to be here, because I know she's very proud looking down. She always told me, for a blonde-headed, snotty-nosed kid, you did very well, Larry. I'm very proud of you.
Shout out Mama Bird.
Thank you very much. I'm so thrilled and so honored to be here tonight. God bless each and every one of you.
Here's a guy who epitomizes what the Hall of Fame is about. Someone who has made and changed history. And to be there that night, it touched me. Larry said that he always felt that if you weren't on the Boston Celtics, you never really knew what it was like to be in the NBA.
Kevin McHale on the 3rd of March, 1985, had a 56-point game against the Pistons on Sunday afternoon in Boston. And Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, you should have kept going, because that may not last. Hell, it was a week or 10 days later, we were down in New Orleans, and he just got on fire.
Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. Larry Bird is just unconscious. They open the right side. Bird the fall away. He drills it again. You're seeing a great performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird.
Larry, that game was unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Dominique guarded him, Cliff guarded him, Antoine Carr guarded him, I guarded him. Nothing worked.
Dennis Johnson, a lead for Bird.
They want him to keep scoring, too.
Bird takes the jumper and hits it again.
He makes a jump shot, and the Atlantic players are high-fiving each other like, man, this guy's so hot.
Bird has 54. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot.
That's for 4 points.
Boy.
4 points.
Called it. We said rainbow trainer's lap. You know, and he faded away, hit the shot, and fell into our trainer's lap.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole. Larry Bird. What more can you say? Larry Bird, Larry Bird.
Look at Doc Rivers back there, sick. Don't even know what to think about it, man. Like, he probably over there thinking, I wonder what it looked like to have 60 points on the scorecard. Hey, shout out Doc Rivers, man. Look at Rick Carlisle back there, man. He just like, he feel like he's looking at a god. Rick Carlisle's right here, y'all. I don't know Rick Carlisle's at. It's him right here. He looking like Larry Bird, like, I'm looking at a real god, a legend right now. Something just, I can't believe Bill Walton giving him the handshake, like, man, well respected, man, honorable man. You know, you got my respect, man. You're invited to the dinner with the wife and the children anytime you want, any day. Just name it.
Guys have scored 60 points before, But the way he was getting those 60, falling down, falling out of bounds, I mean, it was incredible.
With 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
In his very first NBA Finals game, Larry Bird would add to Celtic lore and give the basketball world one of its most shocking and spectacular highlights.
Larry Bird follows his own shot. Oh, what a
His body was behind the basket, and he released that left-handed shot. And you say, man, did he really do that out there?
Bird, tremendous instinct for the offense.
Behind the rim with the left hand.
But it went in though, didn't it?
Hey, y'all know what we call that? We call that following your shot. That's what we call that. We call that following your shot. You know, when you shoot the ball, and when you shoot the ball, you chase after it in case you miss. We call that following your shot. These are all things that we do nowadays, but Larry Bird was doing it back. What that say? 1981, his first playoff game ever. Man, shout out to Larry, man. The man was really a basketball genius. That's what they be calling him. That's what I'm about to start calling him too.
That's Larry.
We closed it down in Houston. And, it was a great moment to be part of a world championship team. And it was a team. Larry, as tremendous a player he was individually, it was a team. And he made us all better players.
For Larry Bird to win his first championship and for a lot of guys to win their first championship was great.
It's all over. The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship in 1981, and they have become the 14th flag winners for the Boston Garden.
He was only in the league for 2 years. 2 years. So add that on as an accolade or a reason why he's the GOAT. Not everybody run a ring their second year in the league. He's only a sophomore right now, y'all.
It's a very big one for us. We practiced awful hard this year. We stuck together. When going got tough, we came through. They came back on us, but not good enough.
About to pour some champagne on it.
But before Bird Celtics could celebrate that title, they would have to overcome a seemingly insurmountable 3-1 deficit against Julius Erving and the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And on that note, y'all, that's the end of this first video. So I know y'all got your notification bells on. If you don't, why don't you click on it and click that. Turn your notification bell on, because part 2 is dropping tomorrow. But no, hey, what do y'all think about this video? Drop some in the comments. What do y'all think about these top 50 plays? We got a whole, basically a whole another 23 minutes and 21 seconds left of this video, and it's already down to the last top 10 plays. So I wonder what we're about to see tomorrow. We already done watch 49? I mean, 40 of them? My math is terrible right now. But no, yeah. So what do y'all think about the video? Drop some in the comments. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. That way you don't miss none of these great Larry Bird videos and the reactions that I drop on this channel. Be sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get this video up to like 12, 15 likes. And you know what? One last thing before we go. Since everybody want to be chasing after this GOAT title, and y'all heard it here first, we about to just start saying, oh, you can have the GOAT title, but it's only one basketball genius. It's only one basketball genius. You heard it here first. It's your boy DtaeNoDinero. We out. Peace. Let's get it. Finally, I go put some lotion, deodorant on. I just took a shower.